Let's talk about employee benefits. For most companies, they're one of the biggest expenses, right? A necessary cost of doing business. But what if that whole way of thinking was wrong? What if your benefits plan didn't just cost you money? What if it actually made you money? Today, we're going to break down exactly how a program can turn your benefits package into a genuine profit center.
So just think about that for a second. I mean, really, especially if you're a business owner or you're in finance. Benefits are always on the expense side of the ledger. But what if we could flip that? What if your plan could be a tool that actively grows your EBITDA? I know, it sounds a little too good to be true, but that's exactly what we're going to dig into.
And this is the number that makes it real, $1,186. That isn't a hypothetical. That is the average annual EBITDA increase that companies see per employee. This isn't some funny money valuation game. We're talking about a direct cut in your payroll taxes that goes straight to your bottom line. Okay, so the big question is, how on earth is that possible, right? How do you add benefits for your employees and somehow end up with more money for the company? Well, let's pull back the curtain and break down the mechanics behind that incredible number.
So the program is called a SIMERP. That stands for a Self-Insured Medical Expense Reimbursement Plan. Now, the most important thing to get right away is that this does not replace anything you're currently doing. It's a supplemental program that just adds a whole new layer of amazing perks for your team.
So here's the secret sauce. This is how the whole thing works. It all comes down to a really smart and fully compliant adjustment to how your payroll is processed. The program strategically lowers an employee's taxable income. But, and this is the incredible part, it does this without touching their net take-home pay. Actually, in most cases, their take-home pay goes up.
Okay, let's actually follow the money right here on this sample paycheck. On the left, without SIMERP, you see the taxable income is almost $3,300. Now, look over at the right column. That same employee's taxable income, it drops to just over $2,000. Because of that, they pay way less in taxes. Then the program reimburses the initial amount, and just look at that bottom line, the net take-home pay. It actually went up. But the most important number for you, the employer, is right at the very bottom. You just saved almost $100 a month in FICA taxes.
And this is exactly where your profit comes from. When you lower the total taxable wages for your entire team, your mandatory 7.65% FICA tax contribution is now being calculated on a much smaller number. The tax rate doesn't change, but the actual dollars you pay absolutely does. And that difference? It's not a rebate, it's not some credit you have to wait for, it is pure, direct payroll savings that goes straight to your EBITDA.
So we've established that the company saves a ton of money. That's clear. But what about your employees? What's in it for them? Well, this is where the program becomes a crazy powerful retention engine, because you get to offer an incredible suite of new benefits at basically zero net cost to them. Let's see what they get.
And we're not talking about small perks here. We're talking $0 copays for the things people actually use all the time. Unlimited virtual primary and urgent care, thousands of generic prescriptions for free, even virtual counseling sessions, all with zero out-of-pocket cost. Think about that from an employee's perspective. It's a massive upgrade to their healthcare and a huge boost to their job satisfaction, which means they're going to stick around. And it even goes beyond just that day-to-day healthcare stuff. The program also includes a whole life insurance policy, which is way more than just a standard death benefit. You see, it comes with powerful living benefits. That means your employees can actually access funds for things like long-term care, or they can tap into the accumulated cash value if an emergency pops up. It's a huge layer of financial security for them and their families.
Now, I get it. Whenever you hear about a program that saves the company money and the employee money, it's only natural to be a little skeptical. It sounds almost too good to be true. So let's talk about the legal foundation of this program, because its legitimacy is absolutely everything.
Let me be crystal clear about this. This is not some weird loophole or a legal gray area. The SIMERP structure is a 100% fully compliant program with its mechanisms derived directly from federal law. In fact, a lot of it was established as part of the Affordable Care Act, specifically designed to help companies promote a healthier workforce. And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. The entire program is built on well-established sections of the Internal Revenue Code. You can see them right here. It uses codes like Section 125 for cafeteria plans and Section 105 for health plans, all operating within the wellness guidelines of the ACA. This thing is rock solid.
Okay, so it's profitable for the company, it's amazing for your employees, and it's legally sound. The final question is always the big one, right? How much of a headache is this thing to implement? So let's cover that right now.
This might honestly be the best part. The SIMERP is designed to be what's called an overlay. It just stacks right on top of whatever benefits plan you already have. You don't have to change your medical provider, you don't disrupt your current setup at all, it just works right alongside what's already in place.
And that implementation process, it's designed to be completely hands-off for you. There's no extra administrative work for your HR team. All the heavy lifting is handled for you. The whole thing can be up and running, generating those savings for you and offering new benefits to your team in as little as 60 days.
So I'll just leave you with this one last question. We all know benefits are essential for keeping great people. But take a look at your current plan. Is it just an expense, or could it be an asset? One that actively cuts your operating costs, boosts your EBITDA, and ultimately makes your entire company more valuable. It's a pretty powerful way to rethink what benefits can be.